Welcome back to PalWorld. So in this one I'm going to try and give it to you as quick as possible on how to stack your farms perfect in alignment. So you want to copy what I do, but first I just want to shout out to Vomakith because I got this idea from him. So I'm going to link his channel in the description and he goes through it a lot more detail. So I'm going to show you how to do it quickly, but if you struggle on anything I recommend jumping over to his channel because he will show you like a longer version of it basically. So you want to hold control and that is the button to align. Its alignment mode change, you can see it on the bottom. So left control on PC will align everything perfectly. That's why it's best to set it down on foundations. Now this is going to work perfectly with the potatoes, the carrots and any large crops like the onions. So the spacing is going to be 2 benches out like I have set right here. In fact, I kind of messed this end one up, but it's no worries if you do. This placement is not perfect because you can alter that at the end. I'll show you at the end. So this was a bit close actually, but I will sort that out at the end, so don't worry about that. But if you're going with a berry crop plot which is a lot smaller, you would want just 1 bench out, not 2 benches out. So once you're happy with that, delete these because they're no longer needed. Make this bench and then delete this one. So now what we want to do is stack these benches perfect in line with each other. That's what we are aiming for, because basically the better alignment you get with these, then everything else is going to marry up. So put your large stool there. Don't worry, you will sit on it a few times in this video while you're making yours. I'm sure that will happen. Then put your small stool on top. Now it's probably best to put this bench down as well. So all the time I'm left clicking the control button and lining it up. If you see a blue line appear, that does actually mean you're doing it perfectly. So you want to try and aim for that. But if you don't get the blue line like I didn't, just try and line it up the best you can whilst doing this. So when you put this small stool down even, you will notice a little blue line sometimes underneath, and you'll see in a minute when I'm stacking it. But that little blue line indicates you're perfectly lining everything up. The top bench, you just want to line the feet of the top bench up with the center of the bench below it. And you can see that little blue line where that small stool is now. That means it's perfectly in line. So all the time I'm trying to snap this, I'm using left control. That is again the alignment mode change key, just to align everything perfectly. And we just want to follow that order. So delete the stools and then move them up another bench to the next one. So previously that big stool was on the ground, but now it's going to be on the first bench, and then the small stool will go on top of that, and then we place our next bench until we get to about 5 benches. I mean, you could probably go on to your heart's content as long as the pals can reach it to water it and everything. But I'm not sure if they climb it like steps. It would be nice. You could incorporate it as your steps into your base. So let's place this next one then and go with our 4th one. It gets a little bit trickier trying to snap, but as you can see, that blue line indicated it was all center. Everything was central from our foundations. And then you can delete them, rinse and repeat. So go up again with your stools, your large stool on the second one now. And then you put your small stool on top of your large stool. Just like so. And then your final bench. This could be a little bit tricky. Just try and align it the best you can. If you're on console, I don't know what button it is to align, but I'm sure it will tell you on the bottom right like it does on PC. And if for some reason it's a bit wonky or you have to freehand it, just try and line it up the best you can. Sometimes you do need to delete and repeat. That is the case sometimes. But like I say, the better everything looks, the more OCD you get this, then the better your alignment's going to be with your end result, basically with your crop plots. So that's what you're going for. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 benches right there. And then we are going to start putting the crop plots on them. But before we do that, we just want to set up some more benches. So we're coming out now from them central, so make sure you're still lining everything up centrally. So hold that left control button down as you build out. And you do want to, I was trying to snap the next one on to see if it worked, but it doesn't. You sort of have to build as you go. So you could get a POW out that's good at handiwork like Anubis, and he will throw it up as you go. But I'm kind of lazy, that shoots himself in the foot, so I'm going to build it myself. But basically you want to stack them like this. Just you're stacking the benches in this shape on top of each other now. Kind of looks like a sleigh now, don't it? So all you got to do is just keep building as you go along. And this is the pattern we're getting. It start coming together now a lot quicker. I really should have got a POW out to build for me, but it just means you got to keep cycling through the build mode and try and snap it as you go. And it helps if you aim your cursor exactly where you want it. So once you're at 4 high, stop there, because the top one will be a farming plot. And then this next bench is going to inline central off of the ones we just done. So you want to come up another 4 of those. See, once you start getting the hang of things, it starts becoming a bit quicker. Sometimes that's what it takes, a bit of a learning curve. And then look at it, we throw the next lot up. Speak too soon. That's going to happen a few times throughout your build, don't worry. So once you've got this up, the next thing is putting your farming plots on top. I'm just going to take out that bird because he might come in and interfere with my build. Be back in a sec. Now that he is taken care of, we want to get our farming plots. So like, these are the massive ones, these are the potatoes, we're going to go with these. Now you just snap these on like so to your top bench, snap this one to your top bench, and you want to build it as you go. So build that one, then you want to go to these two benches below and demolish them. Be very careful demolishing, because you don't want to demolish nothing too major. You don't want to demolish the wrong thing. Snap this one to the bench below, build this, then rinse and repeat, destroy the 2 benches below this one. But be careful getting lower and lower you get, because you don't want to demolish your foundation, because that could be vital. That might be a bit brutal. Everything will probably go if you do that. So snap to that one, build that. Now I've got 4 benches to go, so careful on these ones. Make sure you highlight the one that's directly below your farming plot, and then you can place this one and build that. Now if you're lucky like me, I've built right on the edge, so I can step off of the foundations around me and I can see that. You might have to just get a little wiggle on and try your best to delete the right benches directly underneath. And you could probably like place some stairs, or I think they've added a ladder now. Maybe that might help you looking underneath. But yeah, throw in your final one. And this is also tricky, what I found, because you can't really see your snap point, and this one is kind of blocking it. So like I said at the beginning, you might want to either hold off placing that first ever one I placed off on the ground floor one, and you can place them last, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all these because they're not needed anymore. Be careful not to delete your foundation again, whatever you do. But you can place it like this. But I found that is kind of off. Like I say, this very first one that we planted at the beginning of the video, or we built, was off. So I'm going to delete that now. And I'll show you how to fix that if you've done the same mistake I did. It's all about learning. So what you want to do is central it up, left control, and then you want to come over and just leave it as far, however far out you want your bottom one to be, because it's going to snap next to that. So let's just delete that one because it's no good. And then we're going to snap off of the one we just placed. And that's going to be our ground floor farming plot right there. Nice and snug. Delete anything you don't want. And like I say, that person that I think was the founder, and I've linked him in the description, he goes on further about coming off of this. So you could come off it with like carrot plots, and you can pretty much sync them all up together, which is amazing. So go check them out. Highly recommend you watching it anyway. And that's pretty much it. Nice and neat vegetable plots stacked up. Thanks for watching. If this has been helpful, drop a like, comment, subscribe, because all of those things help the channel grow and it gets out there to help others out. I've done a few videos on PalWorld now, so check them out also in the playlist. But thanks for watching. As always, take care. See you on the next one.